Welcome to one of history's most mysterious and debated figures, Hasan Sabbah, and his unwavering Fedaiin. They were the heroes of a legend that spread from the steep slopes of Alamut castle. So, how much of this legend was true? Did Hasan Sabbah and his Fedaiin truly accomplish great deeds that changed the course of history? Hello everyone, I'm Ur Ergunay. Let's seek the answer to this question together. It all began in the late 11th century, a time when the Seljuk Empire was at its peak. Born near the city of Qazvin in Iran, in the Daylam region, Hasan Sabbah joined the Ismaili sect at a young age. He was quickly noticed for his intelligence, oratory skills, and charisma. After receiving education in the Fatimid Caliphate in Egypt, he returned to Iran to spread his own cause. However, he didn't need a state, but a fortress that was nearly impossible to conquer. And he found that fortress, Alamut. This castle, meaning eagle's nest, was perched atop the Alborz mountains, seemingly suspended in the sky. In 1090, Hasan Sabbah, without drawing a single sword, with a clever plan, gathering people to his cause, captured Alamut castle. This was to be the center of his newly established Nizari Ismaili state. However, this state had no armies. Its lands were limited. So how would it defy a giant empire like the Seljuks? It was at this point that one of history's most effective weapons came into play, the Fedaiin. Instead of an army of ordinary people, Hasan Sabbah raised a small, highly educated, intelligent, and skilled group devoted to his cause to the death. These individuals were called Fedaiin. The Fedaiin were not just assassins. They underwent years of rigorous training. Besides physical endurance, swordsmanship, the art of stealth and disguise, they also possessed deep knowledge in fields like theology, philosophy, mathematics, and astronomy. They learned the languages, cultures, and customs of the regions they went to, infiltrating among the people as dervishes, merchants, or scholars. Their goal was not just to eliminate their targets, but also to spread the Nizari doctrine and win the support of the people. Hasan Sabbah's greatest enemy was the powerful vizier of the Seljuk Empire, Nizam al-Mulk. Nizam al-Mulk had launched a harsh campaign against the Ismailis. For Hasan Sabbah, Nizam al-Mulk was both a political and ideological rival. In 1092, a Fedai named Abu Tahir Arani, disguised as a dervish, approached Nizam al-Mulk and stabbed him to death. This event sent shockwaves throughout the Islamic world. A single Fedai had accomplished what massive armies could not. This was the first and most sensational act of the Fedaiin. This assassination created a power vacuum in the Seljuk Empire and led to internal turmoil. Hasan Sabbah had struck his enemy at his weakest moment, at his most vulnerable point. The actions of the Fedaiin were not limited to this. They carried out a series of successful assassinations against Seljuk sultans, commanders, governors, and religious scholars who were hostile to them. Their aim was never to harm innocent people. Their targets were always strategic: to disperse the enemy's army by eliminating its leader, to bring justice by removing a governor who oppressed the people, and to shift the political balance in their favor. These actions were a form of psychological warfare. No one was safe anywhere. A Fedai could appear at any moment, from anywhere. This fear captured the Seljuk palaces and armies. Many commanders became hesitant to attack Alamut. Hasan Sabbah's genius was not limited to military and political strategy. He also transformed Alamut Castle into a center of science and culture. He founded one of the world's largest libraries of that time. Important works in philosophy, medicine, astronomy, and mathematics were collected and studied in this library. Hasan Sabbah and his successors were not just warriors, but also scholars. Alamut was not just a castle, but also an academy. One of the most common legends about the Fedaiin is that Hasan Sabbah deceived them with the promise of paradise and the use of hashish. This story, told in Marco Polo's travelogue, is considered the origin of the word assassin in the Western world. However, most historians believe this claim is a smear campaign. There is no evidence in Nizari sources of hashish use or fake paradise gardens. The motivation of the Fedaiin was not drugs, but their unwavering faith in their cause and their deep loyalty to their leader. They were people with high ideals, willing to sacrifice their lives for the cause they believed in. So, what was the greatest achievement of Hasan Sabbah and his Fedayeen? Perhaps their greatest success was their ability to survive for nearly 170 years against enemies far superior in number and power, using intelligence and strategy. They demonstrated one of the first and most successful examples of asymmetric warfare in history. They proved that power can be measured not only by the number of armies, but also by intelligence, faith, and determination. They played an indirect but significant role in the fragmentation of the Great Seljuk Empire and in shaping the political balances in the Middle East during the Crusades. In conclusion, Hasan Sabbah and the Fedayeen were much more than mere assassins lost in the dusty pages of history. They were a highly educated, disciplined, and dedicated community fighting to establish an order they believed in within the conditions of their own era. The methods they used may be controversial, but the intelligence, strategy, and determination they used to achieve their goals have made them one of the most impressive and unforgettable actors in history. Their story is a striking proof of what power and faith are capable of. Thank you for joining me on this mysterious journey. To meet in another interesting corner of history, don't forget to subscribe to my channel and like the video. Goodbye.